my channel. My name's Tia. Welcome back if you've been here before, and definitely welcome if this is your first time. I actually had not planned this video. Well, I was planning to do this video, but after the responses that I got today, I kind of was like, well, maybe I should just go ahead and do it because it was heavy on my mind, heavy on my heart. And I definitely want to make sure I do look off a lot. And if that bothers you, I'm so sorry. And I do have my notebook per usual. So the topic for today is postpartum depression. I wrote down some stuff. I kind of just jotted down so that way I want to be like raw with y'all. Like, I'm not gonna just word vomit, but I do want to talk about like this situation is a serious situation, but I also still want to make sure that I'm covering some stuff, if that makes sense, so that way you're not just watching me blabber on and lose topic. Before I even talk about this, if you feel like you feel different, you're starting to notice so many changes, you're feeling overwhelmed, definitely do not hesitate to talk to someone. There's help out there. So basically, I'm just going to start from the beginning. Well, as far as talk about the actual birth and labor, and it's not a labor and delivery story. This is just my feelings about what I was going through. So basically, of course, you have the birth, you have the baby, and it's something new. You never, especially if you've never experienced it, and regardless, it's different every time, but you read about it, everybody else tells you what they went through, but everybody's different, every situation's different. So for me, things that I didn't realize were that there was, I didn't tear, I can't, but everybody's story is different. But there's tearing, there's pain throughout the entire situation. You're in pain for days, and then you think you'll be out of pain once the baby's here, but it's not like that. You are in pain. I was in pain for like 2 months after I had my son. My pelvis felt uneven. My body was sore. I was carrying extra weight still. I was breastfeeding, so my nipples, I had problems with that. Well, just dryness. Then if you have surgery, if you've never even had any type of surgery, if you've never been put to sleep or been in a situation where you're getting cut, you've never experienced that. So it's just a whole lot of new things, and you try to read up and be prepared, but nothing prepares you for actually going through it. It's different if you've actually experienced it. So I'm a handsy person, so sorry if that bothers you. So you have all of those emotions going through the birth, and then you have good memories from it, but then you have the baby, and that's the part where it's like nobody really talk, like people tell you, but you don't expect to be like, you're sore as hell. I'm gonna refrain from cursing. You are really sore. Nipples are sore if you're breastfeeding. If you're a person that ends up with tearing on your nipples or things like that, really, that's new. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this is just how it is, and I wish I would have had listened to the deep stories. Different emotions. You're going through so many emotions. I cried when I had my son. It was overwhelming. It was a beautiful thing, and I cried. You are tired. You're getting sleep deprived. Things like that. Your hormones are up and down, so you really don't know that. You can see the physical things in front of you, but you don't realize like your hormones are changing as soon as you go into labor. That is a whole topic to read about, of the different hormones that you produce. Breastfeeding causes extra hormones, the baby itself, the smells. Then you have all these people around you that want to be happy with you. My lashes, if y'all think my lashes are sticking together from this mascara. But you just have a lot going on all at one time, and if you've never had big events, that's an overwhelming feeling. Like if you've never been proposed to or married or something that is very big and special, like the experience of having a child, then it's overwhelming. So that is just like those feelings of how I felt, and I'm just kind of telling you what I experienced. So then you go home and you deal with that. The home part, you know, people are in and out and things like that. You're caring for the baby, sleep and all that. So more of the things for me, my personal story is that we got home, and then it was just like my mom and then, you know, my son's father, and you have other family members and you feel a type of way because somebody didn't come visit and this and that. So you're just going through these feelings of like sadness for that. Then you see your body and you have stretch marks. You have tears or stitches or a cut or big stomach, more weight, saggy skin, all of that stuff. So you're looking at that. So you are a totally different person. That's the hardest thing for me, I think, because I used to work out 5 days a week. If you look at some of my old Instagram videos, I'm super small, like abs or whatever. I didn't have hard abs, Anyway, I was small. I had small waist. I didn't care about my weight. I cared about my inches. I worked out hard. I mean, I just wanted to be healthy and look great and feel great. And then you just feel like, oh my God, like my body is so different. You're carrying all this extra weight, wrinkly, your face is round. Then if you didn't get hair did, then you're chubby and you just don't have that glow. I just felt like I was somebody else. And you're looking in the mirror, and anybody that goes through a trauma, God forbid any of that, but I'm just saying, you feel like, they say the pain that you experience during birth is like, you know, some people go into shock death from that. So it's intense. So for me, it was just like, sometimes you don't hear people, and that's why I say step out and talk to someone, because you can look a certain way, but if you're saying you're fine, how can someone help you? So that's where I say, you know, me talking to family members or outside of my family, talking to them and getting opinions and hearing that it's gonna be okay. You don't have to worry. Like, you can worry, but there's a solution. We can fix this. We're at a place where we can fix this. And that's where I decided to ask for my help. And not all women get that. And that's where I'm telling my story, because I want people to feel like that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to be in a mood some days. It's okay. Because if you have somebody to talk to, that's the biggest thing that can also help get you through things. You don't know what other people have gone through. And I think also a lot of people listen based off of, you know, you can read the internet all day, but until you know somebody, you don't know what to do, and you don't know. God asked for help before I did something, or before it got to the point where it's like, you know, I was sad. I was awfully sad, and I was awfully anxious all the time, and I just felt like my heart was beating. I literally thought one day I was having a heart attack. Like, that to some people sounds awful, but that's not the case with a lot of people. And it's not anybody's fault. But if you don't know, you don't know. Ignorance is bliss, as they say. I don't care if y'all send anything to my email. I will respond. How I dealt with a lot of things, it's crazy. But as of today, I have been getting help for a few months, and I have definitely noticed a big change. The doctor, I just went to my, I can see the midwives, but the doctor that I go to, I have been with her. She's my primary. I have been going to her since I moved to Greenville, and I've been in Greenville for about 6 years. So she knows me, you know. You've known somebody, you know, she knows when I call, it's dead. It's time, you know. I communicate very well with my doctor. Her and her PA, I'm close with her PA as well. Basically, I'm just going to tell this so you know what steps you need to take and kind of what you might deal with. I made an appointment and said, I think I'm depressed. That was me reaching out. It was simple. I went in the office, you know. You fill out a form, you do a form. Be honest. Be honest. I know that's hard, because it's hard to admit that you think about the worst things and that you're scared every day. But be honest. Like, there's a commercial about birth control or something, or pelvic inflammatory disease. I can't ever talk. Pelvic inflammatory disease or something like that. And she's lying at first. So how can someone help you? And then there's like a voice saying, no, that hurts, or no, I haven't been able to do this or that. So it's like you have that subconscious telling you, like, screaming inside that you want to get it out and you want to tell somebody. So tell somebody, go to a doctor. If you can't afford a doctor, I am unsure. There are a lot of hotlines you can call. There's a lot of help actually with, I know people don't like to use government assistance at all, but I'm just saying I'm aware of, like, there's, like, if you get WIC or, it's usually the WIC, family care with them, Medicaid. They have something where you can call anytime if you're breastfeeding, or, you know, there's numbers out there to call if you can't afford, or you need you think you want to talk to someone if you have time. I didn't feel like I had time, which sounds crazy, I'm telling you, but I mean, like, physically talking to people that are close to you and know you. So I didn't have time to do, like, group meetings, which my doctor did offer that. She offered it. So that is an option, where you can just go get counseling or something of that sort, or group talks. She gave me options, and I said, you know, I don't think I have time to talk to anybody. And so rewind a little bit. She got me to fill out a paper, basically ask you, tries to figure out if you're more anxiety or depression or both. I was a mixture of both, but I was on the high end of, you know, like, some things is anxiety. It's anxiety. That's in my family for sure. But some of it also is just depression. Like, do you feel this way? And asking you a bunch of questions like that. Be honest and say, I'm feeling this, or I'm not feeling that, or I've thought about this. Be honest with that. And then, so then she offered me some options, and then she was like, well, she told me to take a medication. I'm not going to say the medication because I'm not a doctor, and I feel like, yes, I'll leave that up to the professionals. But yes, so basically, she offered me this medication. She said, we'll start you out on the lower dose, and then in a few weeks, we're going to make another appointment to make sure that you're okay, check on the medication, and say, do you want to go up in dosage? And so that's what I started. I went to the higher dose. She told me I could break it in half if I felt, you know, so that's an option. It's not like you have to stay, you know, feeling a certain way. You can half your dose. That was my option. So I did that. And then I did the higher dose. And some days I can, now at this point, because I've been on it for a few months, I know, like, I need to take a half today. Like, I didn't get any sleep. I don't want to be drowsy. Or some days I'm like, I'm good, you know. But your doctor will definitely tell you how to help you with the dosage or the type of medication that you take. So just for me, reaching out to a lot of women, I heard a lot of things that they did or didn't do or didn't like, which made it feel more normal. So that made me feel okay. And so we did that, and that's where I'm at. I started to see a huge change. I literally didn't want to do anything for myself, or I would want to take care of my baby. I didn't have that case. That's why I said things do get bad. I still wanted to make sure he was okay. So I wasn't past that. But I didn't want to do anything for myself. It was hard for me to want to get up in the morning, to go and be around people and talk to people. I hated it. And so I started to feel a lot better, feel more like myself. So when she saw me at 3 weeks, I was like, no, I'm not there. I'm like, I feel different, but I'm not there yet. So we upped my dose, and, like, I can say that this is the best I felt in a while, and I enjoy the way I feel because I know it's more me, and definitely want to always feel like myself, and I definitely feel like I'm right there at the point where I'm about to be more like myself, and definitely happy with that. Definitely know the difference, and I'm going to keep on the route, and I will check with my doctor. We check back again when the dose, see where that goes. So I'm going to say, as a tip, what I think you should do is definitely reach out to someone, see if maybe medication or group therapy is an option, and say yes to going with your friends. Be safe. Maybe just go out to lunch, do something with your friends. Just relax, and it does get better. I definitely feel a lot better, and my son will be in less than a month. I'm gonna have a 1-year-old soon, and so my thing is, I've been telling people, like, there's no time limit on depression. I know people that say their child is 2 years old and they still deal with it, or almost 2. If you're dealing with it, you're dealing with it, and you've had a baby, and it's a big change, but it's a blessing. And I don't think anyone should feel guilty for the way that they feel, because that was my thing. But it's a big change, and I know that we all love our babies to death, and that they're worth every tear and worry in the world. So I just want to say, definitely make sure you're going to be okay, and definitely make sure you just reach out and get some form of help, and just trust in the process. That's it. Definitely make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, go to my other social media pages. Definitely share this video, tag people, and share. But definitely, we'll see you all soon, and thank you so much for watching. Think you're